The world is filled with various types of people. People are amused by very different things. While some people enjoy seemingly straightforward things like traveling, trying out new meals, and seeing new places, others fantasize about the strangest things. One of such things is being scared to their bones. The average person might consider people that love scary situations to be quite abnormal. Well, if you derive satisfaction from being extremely scared, you are definitely watching the right video. Also, we have something we're almost certain you will be massively interested in. While this is something that you will perhaps attempt even if there was nothing to benefit, the idea of trying out something you love for a prize of $20,000 might be quite irresistible. With a prize of $20,000 attached to a complete tour of this house, you can only imagine how intense the tour will be. Well, beyond the prize attached to emerging successfully, the application process is very intense. With an intense application process comes an even more intense tour. Additionally, you'll need to be ready to get hypnotized, as hypnosis is part of this game and it is very legal. If you consider yourself very strong mentally, McCarty Manor, located in Summertown, Tennessee, is perhaps a house you should visit. Before you go ahead and jump on this offer, I've got to let you know that this house is not like any house you've been to. It's a haunted house, and if haunted houses are anything to go by, you should know a visit to this house will not be any fun. If the fact that McCarty Manor is a haunted house does not get to you, maybe the fact that it's considered one of the scariest haunted houses in the world might put you at the edge of your seat. This house is super scary and has been visited by a good number of people. However, none of these people have completed the seemingly simple task of making it through this house. If you guessed this house is characterized by torments, you guessed right, and so far, no one has been able to cope with all that this house has to offer, even in the face of $20,000. Well, if you think you're special and have the mental capacity to go through this house, maybe you should give it a try. If you think getting into this haunted house will cost you money, you don't have to worry, as all you need to come around is with a bag of dog food. Strange, right? Well, the reason for this is quite simple. The creator and owner of this house, Russ McCarty, has 5 dogs. So this is your way of contributing to the welfare of his dogs. Although all you really need to spend your money on before making it to this haunted house is to get dog food, the requirements before getting into this house are a lot more than money can buy. Before going ahead to be part of this competition, you must obtain a doctor's report, which states you have the mental and physical fitness that is required to be in this house. This might seem basic. However, it could be a tall order for some people. That's not all. A day is also set apart for going through a series of drug tests. This is vital, as certain people might turn to illegal substances to help them make it through this extremely scary haunted house. Obtaining a doctor's report and going through a series of drug tests feels like a lot already. That regardless, you'll have to pass one more hurdle. This might seem like the simplest of hurdles. Just before you're allowed to get into the house, you'll have to sign a legal document, which enables you to give your life away. You see, this might be as simple as putting pen to paper. Nonetheless, it is the most significant requirement before getting you into this haunted house. The process of signing this legal document is a major part of this entire game, as it could last up to 3 hours. This in itself is a test of your patience and endurance. The existence of a document should make you know that there is a likelihood of getting hurt when you finally get into this haunted house. Unfortunately, beyond getting hurt, you could lose your life. Yes, it could get that bad. This house was created by a maker of horror films, so you can only imagine what you're up against as soon as you cross the front door. This show gets filmed for every contestant. Nonetheless, if you think studying every contestant's show will help you make it through this house, you're mistaken. Every single show is tailor-made for the contestant involved. The idea behind McCarty making a tailor-made show for every contestant is linked to the fact that different people have different fears, so it just makes perfect sense that the house preys on their fears. If you've always considered taking part in this show, I'm sure you're beginning to have a double mind. Well, you can be sure that the creator of this show is a totally normal guy, so you might not be dealing with something out of the box. The trick is basically in your mind. Although McCarty has already said this event is not extraordinary, there have been reports that contestants may get masked, bound, stomped on, forced to eat their own vomits, held underwater, and slapped while the 8-hour tour lasts. Well, these reports have not been confirmed, so you can look at the brighter side. Even in the absence of these reported occurrences, one's chances of making it through this 8-hour house tour without throwing in the towel is very slim. According to the owner of this show, it's not really weird, but simply a mental game. Throughout this game, every contestant's progress gets videoed. While this makes the show a lot more interesting, it stands to exonerate McCartney in case anyone attempts to make a false accusation. McCartney always gets contestants to lose in this game as he consistently uses hypnosis. He claims he can get contestants into a pool and make them believe they're in deep waters with sharks. He went on to say the public is aware the contestant was not actually in deep waters as they follow the event live. If at this point you think every single contestant that has made it onto the show is not good enough, then I have to tell you about the 2-hour video everyone has to watch before the beginning of this show. If you think this video is to get you mentally prepared for the show, you're wrong. It is actually supposed to discourage you from attempting the show. This is the developer's way of making it difficult for anyone to lay hold onto the $20,000 prize. This 2-hour video titled, "And There Were None," is all about people that have tried making it through this haunted house but failed. It ends with the statement, "You really don't want to do this." Well, after you've seen the video, if you think that you have what it takes to walk through the doors of the McCartney house, then you're perhaps the one we've been waiting for all this while. Feel free to get in touch with McCartney to get started with this mind-blowing tour. Also, if you've always wanted to tour a haunted house without the thought of your life being snatched from you, this haunted house might just not be designed for you. You can try out other haunted houses that don't require you to sign away your life. After watching the various videos of people that have unsuccessfully attempted to complete a tour of this house, one might start having the idea that it just might be impossible for anyone to complete this tour. This is simply because everyone has a personal breaking point, and this show is one that was designed to take you to your breaking point. So regardless of how mentally prepared you are before making it into this haunted house, the chances of clinching the prize money is very slim, if it exists at all. The experience in this haunted house is one that has been described as aggressive. While touring this house, you will be blindfolded, and various actors will come in contact with you. Of course, you won't know what they are since you'll be unable to see them. This fact alone can get you out of your mind. Beyond this, you'll not be able to contact them. Furthermore, you'll have to deal with scenes of horror just like you see in horror movies. Additionally, you'll be stuck in conditions characterized by moisture and low visibility. Generally, this haunted house tour follows a process. You must have a physical and mental examination before taking on this challenge. After these examinations, there will be a background check, a 40-page document, and a drug test. If a contestant is able to go through the first stage of tests, then they will be qualified for the next phase, which involves watching a documentary that'll last for 2 hours. This documentary focuses on clips of participants that have taken part in this haunted house tour in the last 2 years. The selection process for making it into this house is complicated. While one might imagine that it's complicated because the show owner is trying to select the best candidates, there is more to this selection process. The process of selection is targeted at choosing contestants that are easy to manipulate. When you watch this show on TV, it might seem like a lot of fun. However, lots of people already think it has gone overboard. According to a petition that has already been signed by over 67,000 people, the owner of the show works with people with violent pasts, all in a bid to get contestants to give up the money they stand to make if they go through this tour till the end. Additionally, this petition states that these actors get contestants to take pills that will cause them to hallucinate. Perhaps this is usually the beginning of their troubles. With these pills, it becomes easy for them to see scary images that do not really exist. Additionally, they are more prone to be hypnotized. This petition goes on to describe the show as a kidnapping and torture house, as some contestants have had to seek medical and psychiatric help after taking part in the show. Thanks for watching World Trending. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you leave us a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for future videos just like this one. See you next time.